Hey everyone, I'm Olivia Reeves. I'm 28 now, working as a marketing executive. It's a good job, keeps me busy. But sometimes I catch myself staring out the office window, thinking about how I ended up here. The road wasn't easy, let me tell you. Growing up, our house was like a powder keg, always on the verge of blowing up. My dad, James, meant well. He'd say things like, "Come on, girls, let's all get along," with this hopeful look on his face. But it was never that simple. "Vanessa, sweetheart, do you want the last cookie?" My stepmom, Diane, would coo, acting like I didn't even exist. Vanessa, my stepsister, would smirk and snatch it, making a big show of how good it was. "Thanks, Mom, you always know what I like." Meanwhile, I'd sit there, stomach growling, knowing better than to complain. Complaining just made things worse. Vanessa was younger than me, but she knew how to play the game. She'd wait until Diane was out of earshot and then whisper, "You're not really part of this family, you know. Mom and Dad just keep you around out of pity." I'd clench my fists under the table, trying not to cry. "That's not true," I'd mutter, but deep down, I sometimes wondered if she was right. The worst part, Vanessa was smart. She could twist things, make me look bad no matter what I did. If I did well in school, she'd tell Diane I was showing off. If I struggled, she'd mock me for being dumb. "Mom, Olivia's being mean to me again," she'd whine, right after pinching me or hiding my homework. Diane would swoop in, all concerned for her precious daughter. "Olivia, why can't you be nice to your sister? She's younger than you. You should set a good example." I tried to explain, but it never mattered. I was always the problem in their eyes. There was one time when I was 12 that I don't like to talk about, but it changed everything. Let's just say Vanessa went too far, and I got hurt, not just physically, but in a way that left scars you can't see. After that, I learned to keep everything inside. It was safer that way. No one could use my feelings against me if they didn't know I had any. School became my escape. I threw myself into my studies, staying late at the library just to avoid going home. My teachers noticed. "Olivia has so much potential," they'd say. It felt good to be seen for once. But the real lifesaver was Lucas, my next-door neighbor. Somehow, he saw through all the BS. We'd sit on his porch for hours talking about everything and nothing. "You know you don't deserve how they treat you, right?" he'd say, handing me a soda. I shrugged, trying to play it cool. "It's not that bad. Liv, come on. I've seen how they are. It's not okay." Those talks with Lucas kept me going. He was the one person I could be real with, the one place I didn't have to pretend. As I got older, I started planning my escape. College applications, part-time jobs, anything to get out of that house. I promised myself that one day, I'd have a life where I didn't have to hide who I was. Looking back now, I realize how much that time shaped me. The secrets, the constant tension, always walking on eggshells. It made me who I am. Stronger, yes, but also more guarded than I'd like to admit. I stared down at the cream-colored envelope in my hands, my heart racing. Vanessa's college graduation invitation. After years of silence, this was the last thing I expected. "You okay, Liv?" Ethan's concerned voice snapped me out of my daze. "Yeah, it's from Vanessa. She wants me at her graduation." Ethan frowned. "Your stepsister? The one who made your life hell?" I nodded, still processing. Maybe she's changed. People grow up, right? "I don't know, babe. Sounds risky to me." I called Sophie, needing my best friend's take. "Girl, are you crazy? Why would you even think about going?" "I don't know, Soph. Part of me hopes. Maybe we could start over." Sophie sighed. "You've got a bigger heart than I do. Just be careful, okay?" The day of the ceremony arrived, and I found myself smoothing down my dress, my stomach in knots. "You sure about this?" Ethan squeezed my hand. "No, but I need to do it." We found seats near the back of the auditorium. As the graduates filed in, I spotted Vanessa, her face beaming with pride. Our eyes met, and to my surprise, she smiled and waved. Maybe this wasn't a mistake after all. The ceremony went on, and then Vanessa took the stage for her valedictorian speech. My chest swelled with unexpected pride. "Thank you all for being here today," Vanessa began, her voice strong and confident. "I want to talk about overcoming adversity and the power of family." I leaned forward, intrigued. "I have a stepsister," Vanessa continued, her eyes locking on mine in the crowd. "Olivia, stand up so everyone can see you." Confused but flattered, I stood, offering a small wave. Vanessa's smile turned sharp, almost predatory. "Olivia had a tough childhood. She was always so angry, so difficult to live with. My blood ran cold. This couldn't be happening. When we were kids, Olivia had a breakdown. She became violent, dangerous even. But I stood by her. I protected her from herself. Whispers spread through the audience like wildfire. I felt Ethan tense beside me. I took her to therapy, covered for her outbursts, helped her become a functioning member of society. Tears burned in my eyes as Vanessa continued, twisting every painful memory into a narrative. That speech painted Vanessa as the hero and me as a basket case. Even now, Olivia struggles, but I'm proud of how far she's come under my guidance, Vanessa said, her voice dripping with condescension. I couldn't breathe. The room spun as years of carefully buried trauma came rushing back. Liv, we need to go, Ethan whispered urgently, but I was frozen in place, watching in horror as Vanessa detailed the most humiliating moments of my life. Remember when you tried to run away? Vanessa's voice was thick with false concern. If I hadn't found you. That was it. I bolted, pushing past startled audience members, desperate for air. Outside, I gulped in deep breaths, feeling my carefully constructed life crumble around me. Olivia, wait. Sophie ran after me, Ethan closed behind. How? How could she? I choked out between sobs. Sophie wrapped me in a fierce hug. She's a monster, Liv. None of what she said is true, she assured me. Ethan's face was dark with anger. We should go back in there and set the record straight. I shook my head violently. No, I can't. I can't face them. Then we're leaving, Sophie declared, taking charge. Right now. As they led me to the car, my phone buzzed. It was a text from Lucas. Just heard what happened. I'm here if you need me. I stared at the message, a mix of gratitude and shame washing over me. How many people had witnessed my humiliation? What do you need, Liv? Ethan asked gently as we drove away. I closed my eyes, feeling the weight of exposed secrets pressing down on me. I don't know. I need to disappear for a while. Sophie reached back and squeezed my hand. We've got you, girl. Whatever you need. As the campus faded from view, I realized this wasn't just about one ruined day. Vanessa had shattered the walls I'd built, exposing vulnerabilities I thought were long buried. The road ahead looked dark and uncertain, but for now, all I could do was hold on and try to breathe. The days after Vanessa's graduation blurred together. I barely left my apartment, ignoring calls from work until my boss finally said, "Take some time, Olivia. Your health comes first." I was curled up on the couch when Ethan showed up with grocery bags in hand. "I'm making your favorite pasta," he announced. "I'm not hungry," I mumbled. "Tough. You need to eat." As the smell of garlic filled the air, Sophie burst in. "All right, pity party's over. We're getting you out of this funk." I groaned. "Can I just wallow in peace?" "Nope," Lucas chimed in, appearing behind Sophie. "We're your intervention squad." Despite myself, I cracked a smile. "Some squad. What's the plan?" Sophie plopped down beside me. "First, we eat, then we strategize." Over plates of pasta, my friends brainstormed ideas. "You could sue her for defamation," Ethan suggested. I shook my head. "And drag this out in court? No thanks." Lucas leaned forward. "What about exposing her lies? I bet we could find others she's hurt." The idea sparked something in me. That's not a bad thought. Venus has left a trail of victims. If we could gather their stories. Sophie grinned. "Now we're talking." Operation Takedown Vanessa is a go. For the first time in weeks, I felt a flicker of hope. Where do we start? We divided tasks. Lucas, with his IT skills, would dig into Vanessa's online presence. Sophie, ever the social butterfly, would discreetly reach out to old classmates. Ethan offered to help me organize the evidence. As the days passed, my apartment transformed into command central. Sticky notes covered the walls, each one a piece of Vanessa's web of lies. "Look at this," Lucas called out one evening, waving his laptop. "Vanessa's college blog. She's been stealing other people's stories and passing them off as her own." Sophie burst in, phone in hand. "I just got off the phone with Vanessa's ex-roommate. Apparently, she stole the girl's thesis and tried to submit it as her own." The pieces were falling into place, but something was still missing. I needed to confront my own demons. I think I need to go to therapy," I admitted to Ethan one night. He squeezed my hand. "I'm proud of you, Liv. Want me to help you find someone?" My first session was tough. I've spent so long running from my past, I told Dr. Reeves. No relation, thankfully. It's okay to face it now, she assured me. You're not that helpless child anymore. Week by week, I felt stronger. I started journaling, pouring out years of pent-up emotions. One day, as I sorted through old photos for evidence, my phone buzzed. An unknown number. Hello, is this Olivia Reeves? A woman's voice asked. Yes, who's this? My name is Jamie Chen. I'm a journalist with the City Tribune. I was at your stepsister's graduation, and something didn't sit right about her speech. I've been looking into your family's history. My heart raced. What do you want? To hear your side of the story, if you're willing to share it. I hesitated, then thought of everything we'd uncovered. Actually, Ms. Chen, I think I have a lot to tell you. That night, I called an emergency meeting with my support squad. A journalist wants to interview me about Vanessa, I announced. Sophie's eyes widened. Whoa, are you going to do it? I took a deep breath. I think I have to. It's time to reclaim my narrative. Lucas nodded approvingly. We've got enough dirt to bury Vanessa 10 times over. It's not about burying her, I said, surprising myself. It's about telling the truth. All of it. Ethan pulled me close. Whatever you decide, we're with you. As I looked around at my friends, I felt a surge of strength. Vanessa had tried to define me with her lies, but she had failed. I had my own story to tell, and for the first time, I was ready to tell it. The day Jamie Chen's expose hit the newsstands, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. I'd given her everything. The evidence, the testimonies, my own raw, unfiltered truth. Seeing it all laid out in black and white was surreal. Liv, have you seen this? Ethan's voice crackled through the phone. Vanessa's university is revoking her degree. I felt a strange mix of vindication and sadness. It's what she deserves, but still. Sophie burst into my apartment, waving her tablet. Girl, you won't believe this. Vanessa's law firm just fired her. Apparently, they did some digging after the article came out. It was like dominoes falling. Vanessa's carefully constructed facade was crumbling, and for once I wasn't the one buried in the rubble. Weeks later, I stood outside my childhood home, heart pounding. It was time to face my family. You've got this, Lucas whispered, squeezing my hand before I went in alone. The confrontation was brutal but cathartic. I laid out every painful memory, every manipulation, backed by years of evidence. How could you let this happen? I asked my dad, my voice breaking. He looked older, defeated. Olivia, I'm so sorry. I didn't see. You didn't want to see. I corrected him. Diane tried to interject, but I cut her off. I don't want your excuses or your apologies. I'm here to say goodbye. Walking away from that house for the last time, I felt lighter than I had in years. Months passed. I threw myself into writing my memoir, pouring out every dark secret and hard-won triumph. When it hit the bestseller list, I used the platform to launch a support network for abuse survivors. You're doing amazing things, Liv, Ethan said one night as we celebrated my book's success. I smiled, feeling truly at peace. We're doing amazing things. I couldn't have done this without you all. As for Vanessa, last I heard she was facing fraud charges. But her story wasn't mine anymore. I had my own to write, and for the first time in my life, the future looked brighter than ever.